All right, let's keep it real. Let me keep it 100 with you, the way you guys like to say. Let's keep it 100. Sometimes school is hard. Heck, life is hard. You studied all night, yet you still got a C on that test. Or you forgot to turn in an assignment. Or you're failing a class and you don't even know where to start. School is just hard, right? I've been there, done that, felt that. College was hard for me. It was hard. And we'll have a discussion about that at another time. But here's the good news. A setback is not the same as a failure. Let me repeat that. A setback is not the same as a failure. It's just a setup for your comeback. Yay. And the key to that comeback, yes, you guessed it, a growth mindset. So I want you to say this with me. This is not the end of my story. I can grow from this. And I want to just pause and say this. If no one has told you today, let me be the first person to say, you are doing better than you think, and I am so proud of you. Welcome to Gracefully Growing, the podcast that provides you with real talk, real growth, and real life tools to help you thrive in school and in life. I am Dr. Kemi, educator, mom to an amazing 12 and a half year old. Yes, we're going to be 13 soon. Author, speaker, and gratitude advocate. I'm so excited that you're continuing on this journey with me as we explore the 5 key principles that will guide you to a fulfilling life. And what are those 5 key principles? They're gratitude, reflection, affirmation, connection, as well as empathy. So, are you ready? Go grab your notebook, your reflection journal, your gratitude journal. If you don't have one, I have an affirmation gratitude journal that I'm going to link at the bottom of this post. Or open your notes app. Find your goal where you wrote it down, because I told you at the very beginning months ago that you're writing down a goal and we're working our way towards that goal. Let's grow together. So we're going to use 2 of our grace pillars. That is reflection as well as gratitude, or gratitude and reflection. And we're going to start with reflection first. So I want you to think back to your last academic challenge. What happened? What did you do or did not do? Were there any distractions? Did you procrastinate? Did you ask for help? Did you not ask for help? Don't beat yourself up. Just be honest. Because here's the thing about growth, it starts with being self aware. Now, ask yourself this: what can I try differently next time? Who can I ask for support? Remember when I talked about connections? I started off with who's your who. So, who can you ask for support? And then, how can you show up better for yourself? Now, this might sound weird. So, this is the reflection piece. Now, this might sound weird, but even setbacks give us something to be thankful for. I always tell people all the time, for every setback, there's a silver lining. Now, why is this important? Because our reflection gives way to gratitude, which gives us a second opportunity to learn. Always think of a setback as a second opportunity to learn. Not just that subject, but more about yourself. Think about the fact, let's use the example of you failing a test, for example. Let's use that example. What can you learn from that? Well, for me, whenever I had failed at something, I look at it, I dissect it. I analyze all my steps, all my actions to see where I went wrong. And then that way I end up learning more about myself, how I study, how I handle adversity, right? And how I cope when setbacks happen. So here's one challenge. I want you to name one thing that you are grateful for about your academic journey thus far, even if it is tough. Name one thing that you've learned about your academic journey thus far, even if it is tough. Maybe it's a teacher who pushes you. Maybe it's the fact that you're even in school. Maybe it's that moment where everything clicks, and we call that the aha moment, like, I got it. That moment when you got it. That should be your gratitude. The thing about gratitude, if you remember from my very first or second episode, go look for episode number 2. I think that's the one on gratitude. It shifts your energy and it helps you to make space for hope. Now, here are some powerful tools that I want to leave you with that helps you to bounce back when the grades, the test, or the feedback hits hard. Y'all, I'll never forget the day I took a test in college and I made a 2 out of 100. I know, a two, a two, a 2 out of 100. I cried so hard. I never cried that hard before, and I don't think I've ever cried that hard in my entire life. I made a 2 on a test. But let me tell you what that did for me. It showed me that I didn't know how to study for that particular subject. Number one. Number two, it allowed me to see the importance of my teacher's office hours and to attend office hours because then, and to ask questions. And number three, that was when I knew I could never study by myself. I needed a crew, my study group, to help me. I went ahead, I did eventually pass that class. But y'all, that too, it shook me real hard. So, one, reframe your thoughts. Remember, we talked about that last week? Instead of I'm not smart enough, try this. This is hard, but I'm getting better with practice. I can't even remember the name of the course. I can't remember the name of the course, but I made a 2 on one of the tests. Lord have mercy. Number 2, remember how I said I found a study group? Make a comeback plan. So ask the teacher for feedback. I started going to teacher office hours. What did I miss? How can I improve? Then use that feedback. Schedule a time to review it, redo it, or retake it if the teacher allows you to. So my teacher eventually allowed me to retake the test. And when I tell you I was grateful for that opportunity, I was. Number 3, break down the work that has to be done. So is this a huge assignment? Break it into small daily tasks. And remember, celebrate your progress. I want you to use the 15-minute rule. And what is the 15-minute rule? The 15-minute rule is commit to just 15 minutes a day to work on the small tasks. So we've talked about 3 things so far. The first one is reframing your thoughts. That is important. That self-talk is important. The second one is making a plan, your comeback plan. The third one is breaking down the work. So now we're going to go into number 4. Find your academic tribe. What did I do after I made my two? I realized I needed a study group. So I'm going to suggest studying with a buddy, joining a tutoring group, or helping someone else. Because here's the thing that I learned from being a teacher. When you teach something to somebody else, it means you got it. And it's a great way for you to learn. Number five, practice self-compassion. Be empathetic towards yourself. Be kind towards yourself. Remember that your grades do not define you. Your grades do not define you. So I want you to repeat this after me. I am worthy, even when I make mistakes. So don't let that one L turn into a lifelong label. You are not a failure, and your grades don't define you. All right, your turn. We're going to turn all this reflection and resilience into action. So, what I want you to do is, I want you to set one academic goal this week. In doing your academic goal, I want you to make it clear, make it realistic, make it something that you want to do. So, here's the formula. I will do. What are you going to do? Buy. When are you going to do it? So that I can. Why does it matter? So, for example, I will review my math notes for 20 minutes every day this week so that I can improve my quiz scores. So I will do. What are you going to do? I will review my math notes for when? For 20 minutes every day this week so that you can do what? You can improve your math scores. Here's another example. I will ask my English teacher for help with my essay by Friday so I can learn what I am missing. My favorite one that I used to have students to do is, especially students who are missing work. It's when you miss a lot of work and when you miss school for whatever reason, coming back becomes overwhelming and all the missing work becomes overwhelming. But here's something that you can do. You can break down the work and give yourself some time. So, for example, I will complete my missing assignments by next Monday so I can bring my grade up. So, if you're failing, this is a great formula for you to use. But remember, within that formula is you breaking down your work. It's you finding your academic tribe. It's you changing what you tell yourself in your brain. Yes, you can do it. Redefine your thoughts. Is you making a plan? Does that plan include talking to your teacher? Does that plan include asking for help? Does that plan include letting your parents know what's going on so that they can provide you with the right amount of support? Whatever you're planning, make your plan, work your plan. Finally, practice, be kind to yourself. Give yourself some grace. And then what I want you to do is I want you to write down whatever your plan is. Write down whatever your goal is and post it somewhere you will see it daily. For extra credit, I know I'm a teacher. For extra credit, tell someone about it. There, so that you can have an accountability buddy. Because then that makes this 10 times more powerful. Until next week, let's continue to grow. Let's be graceful. Let's continue to grow gracefully. And I'll see you next week. Take care.